today we are doing the Aquarius look. Hopefully, I realize like just talking and chatting to you guys that this looks a little bit insane, but bear with me. I knew I wanted to do blue eyeshadow, obviously, for the Aquarius, they're a water sign, but I also wanted to kind of do something weird and different. There's so many cows. There's so many cows. They're getting so close. Are those babies? The babies don't normally come this close to our house. I also just wanted to make this a fun look and kind of play off of that old-fashioned way of like women used to do makeup with the bright blue eyeshadow and hot pink lips. So that's why I chose like this lip color and stuff. This video is going to be a little bit different because there was just no way that I could film this like a talk through. I wouldn't have been able to film it for like another week. Okay, editing Lauren here. Hi. So I feel like I didn't explain very well, but I really had to do a voiceover for this video because Jax was having a really bad day the day that I was filming this, and he was just super fussy. He had fussed with me all day, and Nathan got home and he kind of took over for me so that I could film, but he was still really fussy. So he literally had to go into, not just into our master bedroom, but into the bathroom and close the door. So there's 3 doors that are closed, and it took that much for you to not hear Jax crying because he's still colicky. So it's like screaming. It's not just crying, it's like screaming. So it makes more sense to have him do that for 3 minutes while I film the intro and outro, and not for the entire like 2 hours that it takes me to film. Well, this one was like an hour, but still, I'm not gonna sequester him to the master bathroom so that I can film a video. So yeah, that's why I had to do this one for a voiceover. Otherwise, I wasn't gonna be able to upload this for like another week, and I didn't wanna do that. So here we go. It's going to be a voiceover, but I am going to talk to y'all about my reasoning still. So I'm going to just do everything really slow and not cut out a ton of my blending like I usually do. Like usually with my voiceovers, I just like cut. I don't sit there blending forever because I feel like y'all don't want to see that, but I'm going to leave a lot of that stuff in because I want to still talk to you guys like I have been in the other videos. So hopefully that's okay. Hopefully that's not a super bummer. I just really wanted to upload this as soon as possible. I've already missed a whole week at this point, like when I'm filming this. Thank you guys so much for watching. That was the longest intro ever. Let's just get into this video. All right, so we're starting with this really dark blue in the palette and a really dense angled brush, and I'm just kind of gonna make this cut and then take a really small fluffy brush and gently blend it out. That is my baby in the background. So for this look for the Aquarius, I really did want to stick with the blue colors. Like at first I wanted to kind of pull in some green, and I guess it would work, but blue and silver is really the colors that truly represent them. So I really wanted to stick with that. I didn't want to get too crazy. I guess I probably could have put some green on the bottom, but hey. Aquarians are really marked by like their giving nature. It's actually an air sign. People kind of get them confused, including me, because they are the water bearers. That just represents like the nourishment that they give to the earth, the nourishment that they give to the people around them. They're often philanthropists, or they're just very giving people. You find a lot of them in like doing missions. You find a lot of them just, you know, Red Cross members, stuff like that, especially if they're very developed Aquariuses, if that makes sense. Like I feel like a lot of signs you kind of slowly grow into your sign as you get older. So like a really good example of this is actually Ashton Kutcher. He is actually an Aquarius, and obviously we all know he used to do that prank show when he was really young, and he was just a total goofball. And you know, you have all these different things influencing you when you are young, but as you get to be an adult and you just kind of stop caring about that stuff, you kind of can grow into your sign and grow into the person you truly are, like deep down. And now he does Thorn, which is like the most incredible charitable thing ever. Like he's literally saving women and children and, you know, young boys from sex trafficking. Like such a giving and caring and beautiful thing to be doing that you would have never expected a little goofball like him to do. You know what I'm saying? So that is really like the mark of an Aquarius. Like they really care about things that are going on in the world and they really want to like fix it almost. They're not really, I don't know if they're like fixers, because like they're not going to try to fix a person necessarily, but they just want to give back to the earth. They want to fix problems that are affecting large amounts of people, and they're just really awesome in that way. And at the same time, which I think is so funny, they are an air sign, and they're kind of true to the air sign way of just being super random and super freaking weird, which is part of the reason I kind of wanted to do a more like outlandish look, a more cool looking thing, because I didn't want to just do another smoky eye, another halo eye, another whatever for the Aquarius. They're total weirdos. They're so random. You're never going to meet one that is the same type of weird as the next Aquarius that you're going to meet. So I didn't want to give them some super bland look. I wanted to do something really interesting and cool and kind of pull in different like stuff, like I was saying in the intro, with, you know, how they did makeup back in the day with like the blue eyeshadow and the pink lips. Like, it's just kind of, they're just different. Not necessarily people person, like they're not gonna be enthralled about meeting new people. They're not gonna be the chatty one, the center of attention, nothing like that. Definitely not a typical Aquarius. They're not gonna be the life of the party. They're not gonna be the one that initiates a conversation with you. But when you do get them talking, when you do find them as a friend, when you kind of get closer to them, you just realize they're like total weirdos. And it's probably, if you know a really strong Aquarius, that's honestly probably your favorite thing about them. Like, you can't lie. They're just so random. It's hard to not love them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And on top of that, they're always like, when you finally get to know one, you finally become like a really deep friend with one of them. They're like one of the best people you know, because they are so giving and they genuinely care about problems that are going on in the world. So very cool. I love Aquariuses. They're just really, really neat. Like, they're just really cool. So as you can see now, we're kind of done blending that upper area, and then I used some concealer to cut the bottom part of the eye look, and I covered my entire eye with like a really light concealer, and then like just buffed it out with this little dense like buffing brush. And now I'm packing on like this really pretty lighter kind of silvery color. It's like the closest thing to a light silver that this palette has. So I'm just going to take a packing brush and just pack that all over the wet concealer. Another thing that's kind of interesting about Aquariuses, and this is something I find again in more of like the young Aquarius and not very developed Aquarius, is that they're very rebellious. Again, think of like Ashton Kutcher when he was young, doing all these crazy pranks and doing stuff like that. They're just super wild, rebellious kids, and it's interesting. Like, they're very spontaneous. Like, that's pretty true to like the air sign thing. They're just eccentric. Eccentric is honestly the perfect word for an Aquarius. Very eccentric people, and they're just really rambunctious and can be very rebellious, especially like when they're younger, at least in my experience. So this might be the person who is like total rebel wild child when they were in high school, and then they grow up to do something that is like the most charitable thing you've ever heard of. Which, again, just think Ashton Kutcher, okay? He's like the perfect example. Okay, so now we are basically going to be doing the same exact thing that we did on the top to the bottom lash line, and I'm going to leave it very, very separated from the top. So usually I would kind of connect this to the outer corner or the upper lash line, but this is just going to be a really detached look, and I kind of feel like that matches their personality because they can be a little bit detached. They can be a little bit reclusive from their friends. Like I said, they're not really the ones to start conversations. They are not really the life of the party. Maybe back in the day in high school, but not anymore. When their rebellious days are over, they're not gonna be that kind of like outgoing person, especially when they're going through something. So if you're friends with somebody who's a really strong Aquarius and they're going through something really tough, or they're very, very stressed out, they can definitely be very reclusive and to themselves. They kind of retract into themselves, and they just like to work through stuff on their own terms, in their own time, by themselves. Once they're done kind of working through that, they will just come back to their friends and just be their normal weirdo self. And if you just understand that of your friends, then it's really no issue. So I love those Aquariuses. Hopefully y'all like this look and hopefully it matches. Hopefully, you know, you kind of understand where I was going with this. I hope y'all like this look and don't mind too much that it's a voiceover. All right, y'all, so that is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching. I will leave everything that I used in the description bar below along with my Instagram. Don't forget to follow me over there. Like this video if you liked it, share it, all that good stuff. It helps me so much. I don't think I have anything else to say, so wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just have a good one. Bye!